Hey everyone, my name is Wedge and welcome back to our Magic the Gathering lore series. If you're not up to date on what's going on, the playlist is in the description. You should really catch up. If you want the last episode, boom, right here, so convenient. Remember, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button. That lets us know if you're happy. Okay, spoiler alert forever if you haven't seen up to this point. Time to recap. We left our crew split up and on different sides of a looming battle. Gerard and most of the crew are marching on Rushwood where the Cho-Aram rebels are held up. They march because the rebels took their ship, which they believed to be part of one of their gods, Ramos. Orym was taken prisoner by accident in the theft and has since become a functioning member of the Cho-Aram society. We enter our story with Gerard's crew having just infiltrated the edge of the Rushwood and the Cho-Aram ready to drive them away. Let's get right into it. The Cho-Aram knew that Gerard arrived in the forest the second he started climbing. Cho-Mano, the leader of the rebels, tells Orym that a group of Mercadian fighters are coming to take the Weatherlight. She doesn't know Gerard is there, but she has thoughts about it. Anyways, Cho-Mano says that the Cho-Aram watchers are waiting for the invaders to hurt the forest, and the second they do, they will be attacked. In the meantime, Orym performs her duties within the tribe. She saves and subsequently delivers a Cho-Aram baby. This baby happens to be the child of the executioner who killed her patient way back when. It's full circle, am I right? After the birth, Cho-Mano takes Orym to a place she had never been before. It was a small clearing with saplings and moss everywhere, but something about it was different. Everything was more alive than the rest of the forest. In the middle of this circular clearing was a large stone fountain. On the stone, engravings told the story of the Cho-Aram in their ancient language, about how the god Ramos will bring all the tribes back together, save everyone, and end Mercadia's rule. This place is called the Fountain of Cho. Cho-Mano shows this to Orym because he wants her to know about his people, so that she can understand them. Orym says that she feels like this forest and these people are where she belongs, and it's what she's been looking for. Cho-Mano says the same thing to Orym about Orym, then they kiss. Oh, love is in the air. That never ends badly in fantasy fiction. Moving straight from love to war, Gerard and his troops march inwards a bit and make up camp. The problem is that he doesn't want to offend the forest in any way, so he refuses to light a fire. With him is a large band of Cataran mercenaries. They don't exactly like the idea of not having fire, or the idea of not being allowed to kill anything unless they're attacked first. After some time, there's a bunch of rustling in the trees. Glowing eyes start appearing all over the place. Gerard insists that they shouldn't fight because they aren't being attacked. Again, the Cataran do not fancy this plan. The leader of the mercenaries shoots his crossbow into the woods, a pair of the glowing eyes go dark, and the howls and shrieks begin. Trolls, satyrs, and beasts charge blindly at the encampment as if ordered to by the forest itself. Completely caught off guard, 10 soldiers die instantly along with 5 hovels, their 6-legged cat mounts. Gerard and the rest of his crew start fighting. While the forest monsters are huge, they aren't very fast. Catarans make quick work of their enemies, not only killing them, but gutting them, cutting pieces off of them for trophies. You get it, pretty bad stuff. Gerard and his soldiers have a somewhat harder time, but are able to make it through without losing too many men. The survivors get on hovelback and ride deeper into the forest to escape the remainder of the slow giant monsters. At this point, we're told that there are about 50 hovels carrying around 2 soldiers each, along with the Cataran force, just so you get an idea of how many soldiers we're dealing with. Anyways, the small army books it deeper into the forest. As they're riding, they hear loud noises from up ahead. The forest is moving. As they get closer to the source of the noise, they see where it's coming from. Rushwood elementals are rising from the forest floor. Entirely made up of moss, leaves, and wood, these elementals are giants, easily over 30 feet tall each. Again, Gerard is forced to engage. More soldiers die, but Gerard does have fire on his side. Setting elementals on fire turns out to be a great plan. While jumping onto an elemental, Gerard and Takara's hovel is knocked away, throwing off Takara and basically breaking her spine. She falls limp to the ground. Gerard makes it to the next elemental and, like most others, sets it on fire. He then says, quote, "Kill anything that stands between us and the Weatherlight." Wow, it's kind of aggressive, but okay. Soon after, Takara shows up, seemingly back to perfect health. That's interesting. Just a second ago, it seemed like she might be dead. There's nothing weird going on here. Before this next part, it's really important that you understand that while Orym was taken as a prisoner, she's lived in the forest as a fully functioning citizen for a while now. She lives among the Cho'arim, she tends to their wounds, delivers babies, she has a lover in Chomano and a best friend in a girl named Ishada who helped her the same day she arrived there. The Cho'arim are good people who just want their forest protected and their land united. Basically anti-Mercadian, but by no means evil. It's supremely important you know that before we go on, so here we go. Orym is washing herbs when she hears a myriad of screams coming from the village. Catarans have broken through the elemental line of defense. They start slaughtering everyone. Archers suppress any chance of an organized resistance. Orym and the rest of the village basically panic and run around aimlessly just trying to dodge arrows. Ishada, Orym's best friend, calls out to her. Orym runs over to her, but before she can reach Ishada, the young Cho'arim girl is struck with 2 arrows, one to the chest and another to the shoulder, killed instantly. Orym, in shock, is dragged away by the executioner of the village. They run towards the lagoon, away from the fighting. Orym finds the mother of the child she had just recently delivered and the baby itself both crying. They get into a hut and close the door, hoping it will keep them safe. Catarans set the village on fire. While the forest is damp and will take a long time to burn, the smoke is enough of a weapon. Orym, the baby, and its mother are forced to leave the hut or suffocate. As they're leaving, arrows pierce the mother through the chest and the baby through the arm. The mother dies, and Orym hands the baby, still crying, to a boat escaping the village. She asks where everyone else is. She's told that many of the warriors died on the front lines in the slaughter. This includes their leader, Chomano. As Orym processes this information, she falls to her knees, deciding not to live on without him because what's the point? She chooses she will die there, where she believes she belongs. Jeez. Gerard and the rest of his regiment enter the village to see the massacre before them. Sisay vomits immediately, and Gerard is also taken aback. He can barely understand what has occurred. The Cho'arim are human after all, and they lay here slaughtered by the Cataran. Takara reminds Gerard that he did say to kill everything between him and the Weatherlight. He gave the order that caused this bloodshed. Seeing what his order did, Gerard sends his troops and crew members to kill the Catarans and stop the fighting. What a merry-go-round this is becoming, am I right? Across the battlefield, Orym lays on the ground choking from the fumes, ready to die. All of a sudden, a pair of familiar hands picks her up and carries her to safety. As Orym regains consciousness, she sees that her savior is none other than Captain Sisay of the Weatherlight. As soon as Orym realizes who's holding her, she connects the dots. It's obviously Gerard and his crew who brought the Catarans. She fights against Sisay and demands that she take her to Gerard. Sisay agrees and escorts her. While this conversation is happening, Gerard gets most of the Cataran to stop killing and is forced to kill a few of them who refuse to take orders. Orym and Gerard get in a heated argument. Gerard insists that he didn't know the Catarans would kill everyone. Orym doesn't believe him and accuses him of being selfish and basically just a really bad person. They are not friends anymore. All of a sudden, Catarans put shackles on Gerard and his crew. The Cataran commander tells Gerard that he's under arrest for killing his own soldiers, the mercenaries who refused to stop killing the Cho'arim. Apparently, the magistrate thought that Gerard would become a traitor to the throne and told the Cataran to take them prisoner if they did anything illegal. Gerard insists that this is Mercadia going back on their deal, but the Cataran points out that the deal was for troops to get the Weatherlight back, not the Weatherlight itself. Gerard is escorted to the Hovel holding area, and the rest of his crew is taken prisoner, Orym included, ready to be taken back to Mercadia. The Cataran prepare to move the crew and the Weatherlight itself. Oh boy. Another great place to end it. Wow, these stories are all so optimistic. Haha, right? Yeah, no. What do you think about how the story is progressing? Do you blame Gerard for making the call he made? Do you think he should have known the Cataran would have done what they did? I'd like to get a discussion going about this. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Magic the Gathering information you could ever need. This is the Mana Source. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.